Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru Specialist from Subaru Prince George here, and we're taking a look at the 2024 Subaru Outback Premier XT in the dark mahogany pearl. Now it's kind of a hard color to appreciate, one on video, two in this dim light, but it is kind of like a deep cherry soda red with a lot of metallic flake on it. I have done some other videos in the past. I think it's an absolutely amazing color. I would say top 3 Subaru colors of all time, in my opinion. Front end of the Outback, very aggressive looking in comparison to the previous gens. Premier gets the front facing / off-road camera. We've got magnetite gray, I want to say magnetic, but magnetite gray accents that lead into those headlights. And these headlights are LED steering responsive and they have high beam assist. Very, very bright, great for night driving. We also have forward-facing LED fog lights, and it doesn't stand out as much on this color, but we have that C channel cutout, adds to that aggressive front look. And you see that on a lot of the Subarus now. They all follow that similar design language. Powered by a 2.4-liter turbocharged boxer engine producing 260 horsepower. It's the only engine that comes in the Premier. There's quite a bit of power in these vehicles. 18-inch alloy wheels wrapped in Yokohama Geolanders. We've got that cladding around the wheel wells and in the high wear areas of the car. And when I say high wear, I mean areas of the car that are typically going to get beat up by rocks and road debris. We have the power folding mirrors that are satin chrome on the mirror cap, in addition to the chrome accents on the handle. So those are an easy visual. Now, when I put my hand in the door handle and it unlocks, power folds out. Now, you can disable that. We do also have the turn signal integrated into that. The roof rail tie downs are also satin chrome. The crossbars, these ones are frozen, unfortunately, otherwise I'd show you, but these flip across. These are satin chrome, and even the back portion here, satin chrome, which is nice. It stands out. It really sets this car apart. I think that this color looks very, very refined on the Outback. Fuel door, rear passenger side, it's tied to the driver door. If your driver door is unlocked, this is unlocked. If your driver door is locked, a pin shoots out of there and locks in that little hole there, and I have the key on me, so I'm going to lock it. Pin shoots out, mirrors fold in, click unlock, pin disappears. It is nice. It's a handy feature. There's no internal release lever anymore. At the back, XT is the designation of the 2.4-liter turbocharged boxer engine. I will show you under the hood in a bit. And of course, we have Subaru's full-time symmetrical all-wheel drive. In the rear bumper, we have backup sensors, and they'll apply the brakes if it thinks you're going to hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. We have a proximity tailgate. So long as the key's on your person, all you have to do is block the logo. It beeps and backs up. I don't know if the mic picked up the camera or picked up the beep, but it is a faint beep. Lots of room behind the second row seats in this. Cargo tray is standard equipment. Privacy cover, tonneau cover, whatever you want to call it, standard equipment. And this is 2-stage. The idea is use the proximity sensor to open the door. LED cargo light. This isn't a lot of load height, so what you do, elbow, hand, box of groceries, whatever, you do that. You can see right there that it slides, and that's a lot more height for fitting stuff. And then of course this is easy to remove. It's just a button right there, and you lift this entire piece out. This privacy cover you can stick underneath the false floor. So underneath this cargo tray, got this little handle, push in, lift. There's a spot to run it across. And of course we have our spare tire tools, our jack, and underneath this tray we've got our temporary spare tire. We do also have a 12-volt power point in addition to 8 physical hard mount tie downs, 4 on each side, grocery bag hooks. We have a little storage cubby. On this side, we get the Harman Kardon audio subwoofer. So you do get the upgraded audio system in this. We don't pre-install the front plate brackets just in case someone doesn't want it, but that's what this is. Comes in a bag, not installed at factory. That's something we do. Now, to close it, I can do it from the key fob or the driver door. I can pull down to close it. I can close it. I can close and lock it. You've got a multitude of options. Then up here, I'll just clean this off. There's another camera. I'll show you that on the inside. As we move to the second row, there's more than enough room for your average family. 3 people comfortably fit across. If there's only 1 or 2, fold down armrest. Now in the Premier, this is the Napa leather. So some of them you can get with the black interior, some come with the Napa brown leather interior. Both look great, in my opinion. Very, very comfortable. The leather's nice and supple. These seats do recline should you need. It is hard to do one-handed, but you can see it reclined there and just move back up. These seats do go down virtually flat. There is also a handle in the very back to do that. On the back of both front seats, we have 3 map back pockets. We've got heated seats for the outboard 2-passenger, high and low, along with 2 USBs for charging. So the person who sits in the middle, in addition to having the harder back and the harder center, they don't get a heated seat. So that's unfortunate, but it's part of being a middle passenger. Right here, grippy step. So that is designed to be a step if you're loading things onto the crossbars up top. Way better than standing on the tire because the tire sits inside the fender. And if I'm standing on the tire, I'm right at the back of the roof rack. I'll be leaning that way, so not quite as safe. The interior door card, soft touch door card, soft touch armrest, auto windows even in the rear. We've got storage with a bottle holder, and should you need it, child locks. Now the child locks are not tied together. If you lock one, the other one is still unlocked. You need to lock them both individually. Now with it being a proximity key, to lock it, as long as the key's within 46 inches, we've got these lines, and you can see it's locked. Wait a second, put your hand in the handle, again with the key within 46 inches, and it unlocks. Up front, the driver door card looks very much the same. Soft touch, window lock, all 4 auto windows, power mirror control. We can fold the mirrors at the press of a button, so if you're parked on a narrow street, don't want your mirror taken off, you can fold them in. 2 position memory settings for your power driver seat and mirrors. Great if there's 2 regular drivers for the vehicle. A little bit more storage along with the bottle holder. Of course, a reminder, you got the Harman Kardon audio system. It is, of course, a power driver seat with lumbar support and the same Napa leather up front as it is in the second row. These headrests are adjustable depending how you like to have your head in relation to the headrest. Thigh extender. So if you have longer legs, this is great on longer trips. It's kind of like sitting in a lazy boy, the support you get. It's absolutely fantastic. Down here, we have the ability to open the rear hatch on the left, a scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges, and we can turn off the proximity sensor for the back hatch, should you wish. We've got a nice soft touch dash. It is push button start. My foot's on the brake. Light goes green. Got some LEDs up there. That's part of the EyeSight camera system. Talk about that in a minute. We do also have blind spot detection on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So I'll show you again. So it's going to illuminate orange on the corresponding side when someone is in your blind spot or going to be in your blind spot momentarily. It's not a substitute for shoulder checking, but it is a nice aid. Steering wheel itself is the upgraded leather, a Napa leather steering wheel. It feels velvety in comparison to regular leather wrap steering wheel, so something to get used to, but it is quite nice. Heated steering wheel. It is a whole heated wheel, and it is an only dead spot right there, but you're not typically going to be grabbing there, so not a big deal. Left-hand side, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls. You can make and take calls, control the volume of the calls and the music. Volume, accept phone calls, hang up or decline, issue voice commands, or access Siri or Google Assistant. Cycles through our little menu up top there. Switch presets for radio stations to go to the next song in your playlist, and source switches from AM to FM to CD to satellite, etc. Music source. This little menu button here, that used to be the volume, but now the volume is a left and right toggle. So that little menu, when I zoom in here, gives you different information depending what you want to look at. Clock, thermometer, time running versus distance traveled, fuel economy, lots of different info. Depends what you want to look at. Right-hand side of the steering wheel, we have our adaptive cruise and our lane centering. Now, both of these systems use these 3 black boxes, those color stereo EyeSight cameras, to look for other vehicles, pedestrians, cyclists, and road lines. They do things like automatic emergency braking, adaptive cruise, lane centering, pre-collision throttle management, all that safety stuff. And the adaptive cruise is controlled from here, and that is the lane centering. So the lane centering is designed to work above 60 km an hour and actually gives you gentle steering input to keep you in the middle of your lane. The adaptive cruise, if you catch up to someone, you'll slow down. You can actually control the distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you follow at by decreasing those bars. 4 bars at 100 kilometers an hour is roughly 150 to 180 feet. behind the vehicle ahead of you, which is generally more than enough for the average person. Paddle shifters, downshift, upshift. So if you want to manually select your gears, even with the automatic CVT, you can do that, which is nice, especially going down hills. Steering wheel adjustment, bottom left of the steering column, hook your thumb in. You've got tilt and telescopic, so you can adjust it for drivers of varying leg and arm lengths. We have the driver focus system, that red eye, that little eye of Sauron. It's trying to scan my face in right now. You can do your memory settings based off your face, but it will also tell you if you're distracted, not paying attention to the road, or if you're drowsy. Nice. You can turn it off. I do find that it doesn't like polarized sunglasses, so I do end up turning it off sometimes for test drives. 11.6-inch touchscreen. Top portion, we have what we're listening to, navigation destination. So if I set something on the nav and then go to the radio, it'll tell me turn right 200 meters Queensway, for example. Widgets, which I can change around, you can change around, select the ones you want, and I always set them to the same ones because my clients seem to appreciate all of those. Your mileage may vary, of course. Weather is part of the satellite radio trial you get for 3 months with most new Subarus. And we get X mode, which is like 4x4 low in a pickup for those really rough, extreme terrain situations you may find yourself in. Takes a very capable vehicle and makes it more capable. Main portion of the screen, we have map, which is navigation. It's powered by TomTom. There is no subscription for it. You can go full screen if you want. You do get one free update within the first 3 years of ownership. And that is, after that, it's on you. So wait closer to the end. Radio, media, and phone are fairly self-explanatory. We do have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is nice. Access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle's registered in your name. Settings, car info will give you maintenance reminders, driving statistics. Turn the display off, turn off traction control, valet mode, auto vehicle hold. You can add additional shortcuts should you want. We do still have a physical volume and tuning knob, so you've got the best of both worlds, the digital and the physical. And then, as I was mentioning earlier, we have a CD player. Yes, we have a CD player here. So it is I think it's the only vehicle, apart from a Legacy GT, that comes with a built-in CD player now, which is nice. And the current Foresters, but of the redesigns. 12-volt power point in there. Coin/card holder. Nice soft touch armrest. This is, of course, our backup camera when you put it in reverse. Backup camera pops up, rear assist braking's on, parking sensor's on. I can clean the backup camera from inside the vehicle. Best thing ever, especially on our sloppy roads. It's also where our front camera shows up. That is from the view button. So, almost 180 degrees. Red's about as close as you want to get to things. Shuts off at about 8 kilometers, 10 kilometers an hour. A little disorienting driving faster than using the camera. Below the main portion, we have the home button, the little open envelope or Monopoly house. You can disable the auto start stop. You can go into the vehicle and change vehicle control, driving assistance. You can change other settings. You can change it to miles per gallon, miles per hour if you're traveling in the States. We can hook up to 5 phones in total to the Outback, and you can set driver profiles. Climate control is the bottom portion. We do have physical buttons on either side to control the climate because it is dual zone, and it goes up and down in 0.5 degree increments, or click and click. You can drag, sync it back to just driver controlled. Really easy to use. Control where you want your airflow, if you want AC on. Big fan strength buttons, hard to miss. 3 stages of heated seat and ventilated seat for both the driver and passenger, which is nice. So ventilated primarily for the summer, keeps you on the cool side, but you don't end up with the wet clothing feel that air-conditioned seats do. That's my opinion. Your mileage may vary. That's my experience. This is your heated mirrors, back window, and windshield wiper deicer where your wipers sit. So where the wipers sit is heated. Best thing ever. Huge fan of it. You can set it to just front defrost if you want. Below that, we have our wireless charger. Little white light here means that it's ready to accept something. It'll be blue when it's charging. 2 USBs and an aux. Park brake. Now, if my foot's not on the brake and I push down, it doesn't go off. It actually says depress the brake pedal, foot on the brake, push down, and it goes off. As I'd mentioned previously, automatic CVT with manual mode, so I can manually select my own gears. This is soft touch. It's nice. I find my knee ends up resting against it on longer trips, so having soft touch there is nice. Deep cup holders. One of them has a drink raiser, so if you have short or medium drinks, you're not just grasping at the lid to lift it. you get a little bit better grip on it. My favorite feature in any vehicle ever, regardless of make or model, auto dimming rear view mirror. So if someone has their brights on behind you, it automatically dims. This one has a switch, but it doesn't do anything in regards to dimming. Your side mirrors are also auto dimming, and they are tied to this. We do also have a built-in compass, but that camera on the back of the shark fin antenna that I was cleaning earlier, it's a camera. So if I can't see out my back mirror, or my back window for that matter, because I've got cargo or passengers, got a camera. And because it's on the back of the shark fin antenna, it doesn't typically get piled up with snow unless it's sitting still. You can also hook up your home link system, your 3 garage doors to your mirror, so you don't have to carry a bulky garage door opener with you. We have sunglass storage, and it is padded in there. There's a little bit of padding. We've got SOS and roadside. That's part of the 3-year trial to the connected services you get with most new Subarus. We've got our sunroof controls. It is just a manual shade, and it's the regular size slide and tilt snow roof in this case. We've got our map lights, they're LEDs, very, very bright. Card holders on both mirrors. Vanity mirror with light. And this slides. So if the sun's directly at your left or right, you can adjust that, make sure you're not being blinded. Now, I did say I was going to show you under the hood. Let's do that. Hood release, bottom left. And essentially, walk up to the Subaru. Hand goes to the right-hand side of the logo, under the hood, facing down, right to left. And there you go. That's the piece you move. So that's it. That's the 2.4-liter turbocharged boxer engine, 260 horsepower and 277 pounds-feet of torque. Absolute rockets. They're sleepers. Pretty much everything in yellow is what the average consumer is going to touch. Oil dipstick, coolant, oil, filters top mount. You've got washer fluid, easy access to the battery, and of course, your brake fluid. And I get asked all the time, it's a top mount intercooler. It's kind of like a radiator, just for air, not the coolant in your car. I'll give you guys that quick 360-degree walk around of the 2024 Subaru Outback Premier XT. And this is in the dark mahogany pearl. I am a huge fan of the color. It's one of my favorites, top 3 best colors in the Subaru lineup, in my opinion. Let me know what your thoughts are on the color. I know the video doesn't really do it justice, especially on an overcast/snowy day like today, but I still think it looks really, really nice. Thank you for watching my walkthrough of the 2024 Subaru Outback Premier XT behind me here. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about the vehicle behind me, any of the vehicles in our lineup, any of the tech, or something you saw in the video that you want more clarification on, put it in the comments below. I'm always looking to answer you guys' questions. Again, thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.